Hi family, welcome back to Tara's Take. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I'm just over here trying to make the camera work for me. So today we're going to sew together our traditional Christmas journal so we can get started on decorating our nativity journal. So I can't believe I actually got it pretty much done before the end of November. Yay! So right here I have all of our spreads that we've done, and we'll take a look at these in a minute. But I want to get together everything I have here for us to use. I have my pokey tool, our cover. I have a needle and some, I'm going to go ahead and use, I usually use embroidery thread, but this time I'm going to use this twine. I found it again. I had misplaced it. And I like it for books because of the fact that it's thinner, but it's really sturdy and strong. Looks like I knotted it up. I've tried to make this video 3 times now and had to answer the phone with my hubby, and he happened to catch me right when I was starting the second round. First round, I couldn't find my clips. Second round, so anyway, but third time's a charm, right? So I also over here I have my little template, and as you can see, I used it at some point or another to sample colors from either my tempera paint sticks or my what do you call it? I think the part of these are tempera paint sticks, and then I think this white one here is from the gelatos. Anyway, so all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get started. So as you can see, this fits right into the center of this book. I've got a gnat. It's the dead of winter. What is a gnat doing in here? Anyway, it's Arizona. You just never know. And so I'm going to go ahead and clip. I've got this set at the top. Here's the bottom down here, as you can see. And I'm going to, eyeball the centering of it here and go ahead and clip this. Oopsie, ouch. This is really stiff. There we go. Get that on there so we can go ahead and poke our little holes into the spine. I am kind of nervous. I don't usually sew these spines together in front of anyone. And I'm braving doing something I don't usually do. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to be careful when you do this. Make sure you know your hand is not where that pokey tool is going to come through. See, because I have poked myself with them and it's painful. To say the least, it hurts. Okay, I'm just going all the way through because my needle is kind of big and I want to make sure that it'll fit through when it's said and done. Okay, so we're just going to poke all these holes. I do a 3-string, some people do 5. I think some people even do more, but for me, 3 seems to be the magic number. And so, yep. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, this is that. I was trying to remember what did I make the base of this cover from, and it was the Amazon packaging. The envelopes that have like not the bubbles, but they have the kind of padding in them. So yeah, that's what this is made from. I'm not sure if I've ever made a cover from those. Yeah, I don't think I have. This was my first. I mean, I've done it from Amazon packaging, but it was the bubble wrap packaging. Okay, so it came out well though. I mean, it's sturdy, feels good. So now on the back, you'll see we have the 3 sets of 3 holes. Okay. All right. Now I don't think I will need to use, I don't think I'll need to use, I brought these along with me so that it would be easier for me to find my holes. Looks like I've already lost one of them. It's these needles I bought for my jewelry making. And it looks like I've already knocked, I had 3 of them here. I've probably already knocked one to the floor, knowing me. Well, because I was talking to Cordy and I of course, was not paying attention, but my plan was to kind of just poke these through so that I could see my holes where I wanted to be. And I thought that might make it a little easier as I'm coming back blind on the other side, you know. Since I had these, I thought I'd give it a try. And they are fitting right through the hole so that I can see, if you see right here. Can you guys see them? Yeah. Let's see here. There's a third one here somewhere. What did I do with her? Huh. Well, I'll grab the other one and I'll find her eventually. Okay. I'll just grab me another one. It was a package of 12, so I have plenty. Okay. Go through this one. And then I'm going to mark my papers. Oh, this one's arguing with me. There we go. Okay. All right. I know it looks kind of silly, but I struggle a bit to see the hole when I'm coming up back through it again on the outside. And so just in case I was going to have to deal with that, I wanted to solve that problem before I got to it. So what I've done, and what we're going to have to do, we'll need to set this aside for just a second. This is the fun part. We get to grab our papers, and I have some coffee dye paper here, and I did want to put in a sheet of the tracing paper. I just thought it was fun. And we get to pick what we're going to put here, or what we're going to, how we're going to put this together. Okay, so we have, usually what I do is about 12 pages per section of my signatures. I do 3 signatures. Sometimes, depending on how large they are, I've had to do less. But this is one of them. Okay. Let me make sure you guys can see everything okay. I know I'm kind of close. There. I'm getting better at knowing which direction to go. So there's that one. And this is that tissue paper we did the other day. Kind of made a fun background. And this little gal, and this is one of our round cupcake holders in that envelope tux that we made. She fits just perfect right there, which is kind of cool. Because then you can see the whole journal card and, still get the effect of both the pieces of ephemera. There's that one. And then we have this one. This is nothing on the inside. I may put something there, but for right now, I'm just leaving it. Because, and then this has got dangles on it. Because this journal got pretty hefty on me. And I just clipped these dangles on with a red, a little red bulb pin. So, and this one's that. So these are pretty cute. Let's see. But what I'm trying to decide, there's the one I made with Miss Lena stuff. So beautiful. And then this little man. And what I'm deciding here is what I want to open with at the beginning of the book. And I'm kind of torn. Because it's gonna be this side, right? Yeah. Between these 3. So I think I'll make each one of these pieces a first page in the signature. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'll put 1, let's see, I'm going to 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and so I'll sit these here, and what I'm going to do is choose between these little guys. So I'm going to go ahead and place, and this paper is going to be just slightly bigger than our paper, which I'm good with. It still fits within the confines of the journal size of the cover, so we're good on that. Okay. Let's see here. This little man, he's so cute. I don't know, I just thought I'd bring you guys along to, you know, put together the signatures with me. And if I have too many pages, if it turns out that it's too much of a gator mouth, now I do need to separate these equally. Let's see, these two are going to be, okay, so that leaves this one. I need to make sure, and I don't have equal numbers either. I do know that on these layouts, but it was because I couldn't print out enough paper. Yeah, so I struggled with that. So I've got, let's see, the beginning one, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5, 6, 7. Is that all? Hold on one second, guys. I have to look real quick. All right, guys, I'm back. I guess I've only got the 7 layouts. So I usually have 9. That's why it threw me off. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Where's my 3 for each section, you know? But I don't. So anyway, so we're going to do this one here. And then we're going to go ahead and bring in the rest of our go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 in the front part of the book. I mean, in the first signature. And then I'll do 2 in the other 2 signatures. Okay? Yeah. And put these last 2 pages in the center. All right. Okay. So there's our first signature, okay? All right, set that to the side and we'll get started on the next one. Let's go ahead, we'll do this piece on the next one. And I really don't know, this book doesn't seem, even though it's the same on the signature, it seems smaller to me for whatever reason. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I did 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. I bet you this is the one. I had taken some paper out of one of them to use it for backing on something, and I bet that's the one I did that with. Oh, wait, you know what? I grabbed the wrong... No, I'm going to leave it. Never mind. I'll put her in the center of this one. Or no, I'm going to put this one. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to gauge what I want to do here. Once I see how big it is, then I'll decide if I need more, pages of copy dyed paper or not. Oh man, this one got torn. Look at that. It has a tear. Oh. Well, it's a good thing I have more of it. I'm not out. Praise the Lord. So I'll just grab a different piece. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, see? It wasn't that they were put somewhere. It was that it was put in the wrong place. Okay. Let me stick one more in there. There we go. Okay. I may end up pulling, like I said, because it might turn out that the book cover can't handle it, but we'll see. 2, 3. And this one for the center here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Well, that's an interesting piece. Look at that. It's got like red. I don't know if you can see that. It's like red. It's kind of weird. Anyway, that's cool. Okay, so there's our third signature. Okay. Now, I have to get these kind of put even. I decided I was going to do all of this on camera with you guys, and I was nervous as all get out because it's fiddly, you know. This is the fiddly stuff that we do, and because my tracing paper is longer than everything else, I think what I'll do is just make sure all of this is even, and then I'll fix the tracing paper at the end. Because these pages are all the same size, so other than the cards and the lace at the bottom, you know, but the pages themselves are even. So okay, so got them just about right. Now I'll put this paper and I mean, I could have torn the paper down, but I kind of like it, the sound, and I like it hanging out a little bit because I just think it's kind of fun. So it'll be inside the cover, so it really won't, in the long run, it'll be fine. So now I'm going to go to the center here, if I can get to it. And is that right? Yep. And I'm going to clip this flat. And what I do when I do mine is I lay it out totally flat. Okay, and clip it. These are so stiff, my goodness. And the reason I do that is because I want to make sure that nothing is, you know, gathering the wrong way, because when it closes it'll be in a different type of position. And I just, before I put my holes, I want to make sure that it's completely as flush as I can get it. Okay. And I know I don't do this exactly like everybody else, or maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't watched anybody do it in a long time. This is just my way. Okay. And to be honest, as long as it's really nice and close, I really kind of like that edge look where you can kind of see that it's kind of off just a tiny bit, you know. I like that. Now hold on one second, let me grab my paper. I don't use sorry, gotta grab the dotted paper. I don't use that template for the paper because it's stiff and it's wide and all that. What I do is I use it as my guide for marking this paper, and then I use this paper and I poke a hole in it, and then I just throw this paper away. This just gives me that ability to see where I need, and then this paper will fold right into the curvature of my signature, so that when I mark it, it moves with me. It doesn't. You'll see what I mean. I'll show you. I just find this easy. Now what I do is I fold this to the middle, and I only do the other lines so that I can see them and make sure I'm in the right spot all the way down. Because really the only holes I'm going to use is this center grouping. Okay. And always make sure that you mark your top from your bottom, because there's always going to be a slight difference, and if you don't utilize the bottom and the top as your marking points, it'll be off when you go to put it in your book. It'll be off. I can promise you that. Okay, I put this in here slightly crooked. Sorry. See, this is all the stuff that I mess around with when I'm by myself, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be messy for them to watch me do all this. This is why. This is why. And I'm off a little bit here on my hole. I just saw that, so it should be this hole. See, guys? Now I just feel silly. Oh well. Here we go, kids. This end is a little higher than the others, so okay, make sure we're in that center. Okay. Okay. For me, the center one's the easiest because then I have the most balance on holding it. And this is a brand new pokey tool. It should be cooperating with me, but and see, I'm off. I'm off. I can see it on my doggone it. Okay, girls, I'm back. So when I paused, I just went ahead and poked all the holes through the signatures, okay? You saw what I was doing. It was getting so frustrating for me. And I am going to attempt to finish this video for your sakes. I love you guys. When I get fiddly and frustrated, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be doing this in front of everybody. But I really want to overcome the fear of doing this in front of people. So that's why I am back. That, and because I love you, and there's been some of you who've asked me how I do mine. I really don't do mine that much different than anybody else. So, you know, there's, like I've told you before, so many wonderful crafters out there who can show you how to do this and probably do it much better than I do. So anyway, but what I do now is I measure out, and I do it about 6 times, okay, the amount of the length of, or the height of the journal, okay, so that I make sure and have enough thread. And I have already, and then I'm just gonna put this through the hook here, and I have already went ahead and checked to see if they fit. And it's going to be a chunky baby because I'm not done putting some journal cards in and stuff. And of course, I'm not done on like the inside pocket. I'm going to create something for the inside. But as you can see, though, it fits. You know, it fits good enough. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm thinking I may need to trim down this paper, simply because it's getting bumped and it's tearing on the edges. So I think it would be wisdom to trim it down, which is a bummer, but yeah, I think it would be. Let me see if this is at all possible for me to do without taking this completely apart. Using just eyeballing it here with the page behind it. Okay. That one worked. Let's see if I can do that with all of them. Wouldn't that be lovely? I just didn't want to have to take this apart. Let's see here. There we go. All right. I'm kind of leaning my scissors on the page behind it and using that as a guide. That one's uneven. I can see it is. Okay. I'll be honest, this video might not go up. If you hear me say that, you'll probably laugh. Because I don't mean it did, but I'm just saying. I'm struggling with this video. If there's one thing you can be sure of, it's the real deal. My mistakes and all. This is me. Really, I would take this apart, except we're on video and I was trying to do it without taking it apart. Okay. All right. There's that one. And, that's much easier to use the paper that's in front of it than the one that's behind it. Of course, there's also the height issue because they're a little bit taller than the other pages too. But it's just that this is sticking out the edge of past the journal cover a little bit. And because of that, it was causing the pages to get torn. So that is why height-wise it's okay because the journal's like 9 inches high and the paper's only, well, it's right there actually, but anyways, there. Okay, so those edges are trimmed off, and I have these like put together, and that wire, those wire needles are holding them in place, if you can see. So, all right, I always put my middle signature in first, and then I go from there. So that is what I'm going to do right now. Get my needle, and on this one, I think I decided that I want to do it from the bows, like tying it off on the outside. I usually do it on the inside, but I think this time I want to do it on the outside. For one, I'm using a thicker, this is a little bit thicker, of course, than the embroidery thread, and also because it is, let's see, making sure I'm on the right side. Also, it is because the, what do you call it, the way I'm going to do the spine, it won't matter. That thread won't show. Okay, so see, this needle is coming through here so that I can see where to go through. This is going to be fun. I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. Like I said, this video may never go up. I am going to bring this through, okay, and then I'm going to take it through, I don't ever sew them from the outside. I think I've done one when I first started, but I don't even remember for sure if I actually kept it that way. And I'm just going to be using my hand over here and getting the pages where I want them to be for the needle. Oh, it's not. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. See how awkward I am at this? I've told you guys. It's not like I didn't warn you. It's awkward for me. Can't help it. Okay. So now I need to pull this out so it's not going to rip the paper, which it would seem that I might not be using these the rest of the time because it looks like it is ripping the paper. So I have to be careful. Okay, there we go. Anyway, mostly you're just hearing that twine rubbing on the cover. So now I'm going to go up through the top, okay? And take it through. And I'm just taking my time on this because usually I'd be fighting with trying to keep everything all in, doing it all at once. And I decided I'm just going to go page by page. I have seen, what's her name? What's wrong with me? I can't think of her name. Natasha Treasure Books do this, where she just sews one page. She kind of just goes in page by page by page and takes her time. And so I decided that's what I'm going to do this time. I usually try to push it, and yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the top hole here in the cover. You guys okay? You can see all the... Okay. I'll bring this around, and I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to go all the way to the end. Okay, and go in through there. All right. Pull that tight so that, yeah, okay. And I'm just going to go through again. I'll go through as many of them as it'll let me. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, make sure it's tight. Give it a little tug here. I still have plenty on the outside, so I can pull this. All right. Now, bring that back down through the center and come out through the hole here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to pull it taut without ripping, hopefully without tearing anything. Let's see, where's the middle here? Sorry guys. Trying to find my center so I can see what I'm doing. I just want to make sure this is nice and tight. Okay. And then on the outside, I'm going to bring this thread, this needle, and I'm going to go underneath the line, okay? So I'm on opposite sides, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and bring that through and tie that off. And then now, instead of, like right now, I'm going to, what did I do a minute ago? Let's see. I want to make sure I go opposite. Yeah, I go opposite. So now I'm going to bring it around the front. So right over left, then left over right. Okay. And I double knotted it, and because I'm gonna go over this and be doing like some type of cover, you know, for my spine. So that'll be covered up. This is nice and taut. My signature's in there well. See? No movement. It's in there good. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Now usually on the inside I would leave like a little bow or something and it'd be cute, but because I'm doing it with this twine, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be covered. It'll be fine. I am going to take a little bit of hot glue on this knot and just kind of seal that knot. You can also use wet glue. I'm just using that because it's right next to me and it's quicker. And I'm just going to kind of tuck these little guys under here. And that's how I'm going to do the other two as well. So I'm going to pause for a second so you guys don't have to watch all of that painfully. But now you've seen, I mean, and now that's how I do it on the outside. So now we have a nice seam on the inside and on the outside. So it takes me a minute, but I get there. No, actually it's been a couple of months since I've sewn a journal, because I did the 3-bind journal and I realized, oh, I feel like I haven't done one in forever, and that's why, because it has been a couple of months for me. But yeah, so there's our middle, and I'll go ahead and get the other 2 in, and I'll be right back. If I can get it to pop. Okay guys, I'm back. So I have been gone for a minute. I've got all 3 signatures sewn in, and I've got their little knots glued down so that you can see there everything's in nice and tight. I did go ahead and trim off the top edge of the tracing paper because I did not want it to end up tearing or something for them. So anyway, so now I am looking at doing the cover, and what I did was I have sewn 4 of these, because I didn't. If I had had the fabric long enough, I would have just done 2, but I couldn't. I didn't have enough fabric lengthwise. So what I plan on doing is we're going to have a ruffle at the top and a ruffle at the bottom, okay, of this cloth, this fabric that goes all the way around to the front and back, okay? And then this ribbon here that I was gifted by Miss Pam is going to be my closure, okay? It's going to be bowed, and I'm going to go ahead and measure this out right now. I'm going to let me scoot my sewing machine out of my way. I was standing up sewing and I was looking at this little thing that I wanted on the front, and it's not probably going to work on the front. So I'm kind of thinking I may make it a pocket for the inside, because once it's glued down, you know, all the edges will be, I could probably, I don't know, maybe I'll put something on this edge so that it's not sharp, because it's metal. I just really wanted it in here somewhere, so I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do. I know this is kind of, I've got my glue gun here. I was just going to look here really quick and see if I could put like a little, run a little thin line and just kind of go like, nope, that's not going to work. Duh. So, you know, you don't know until you try, right? So anyway, we'll deal with that in a minute. Right now, I just want to get enough of this ribbon here, and I think I have too much. I'm going to want it to go around and tie, okay? But I didn't want to cut it yet until I saw how much I needed. And I'm going to take out the wire once I decide where I'm going to cut it. Okay, so I'll probably, I'm going to bring this in just a little bit. I'm probably going to bring it in a little bit more. Okay. Right. I do want it to hang down, but I don't want it to hang down so much that it's like, you know, way down. Let's see. Once the metal's out of there, it'll be floppier, which is what I want. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it a little bit longer than I want it. Not too much. And then I will trim off what I don't need. Okay, and keep it for something else. All right, I'm going to sit down here. I've been standing up for a long time. Okay, now, okay, the other thing I was thinking was that I may put some of this crochet, oh, here we go, it's opening. I may put some of this crochet lace on it, but I'm not sure yet because this is so white. And I did not distress or coffee dye this fabric, which I usually would have, but I don't know, there's something about it. It was just so pretty, and I was like, But I was thinking that this would probably look pretty, even if it's not distressed. Just for that country, you know, kind of old-fashioned look I like. Got a little farm theme. Seems like we got a little farm theme going here. So even if I don't end up using this, I'm going to go ahead and cut it and see if I like it. Because that would be the perfect thing to put on the spine, you know. So. Okay, so we have that. Let's see here. Just going to lay it like that. And then, let me look. What do you guys think? I think it kind of brings in, because there's yellowing in the packages, and then in this ribbon there's like an ivory, so you know the white is not as stark because of those. It kind of brings the colors together. So that's what I was thinking. And then I wanted to I usually, I don't know, do something down the center of my spine, but I'm not going to be putting any gems or jewels like I usually do on this one. And I like that. I really like this velour. I love how it just kind of shreds on the ends and looks cool. I may have to get more of it. Hopefully, maybe I can find some of it in different colors to use on different stuff. That'd be fun when it's not Christmas and Thanksgiving. Okay, so we've got those two pieces. Now I'm going to deal with this ribbon here. Okay. I think it's going to be cute. I really want this fabric to kind of speak for itself. I was looking through all my stuff while I was on pause, and I know you guys know what I mean. I was looking going, you know, if I stick a bunch of stuff on top of this fabric, it's just going to ruin it for me. I bought this because it was just so sweet and traditional, and you know what I mean? I don't know. I usually cover everything, but this particular fabric, I feel like it just doesn't need covering. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let me throw away all this wire before I end up getting it wrapped around my ankle or something and tripping myself. Well, this wire's kind of cool that's inside there. Maybe I'll keep that. It's like a brass, bronzy. Can you guys hear that? That's the neighbor. Sorry guys, hold on one second. Okay guys, I'm back. It never went any further than that sound. That was the dog going outside to go to the bathroom, I guess. I don't know. He's been kind of slamming the door today and stuff. He's not usually home at this time on a weekday, but I guess he's off today. Anyway, enough of that. Let's play with our journal and enjoy our time together, okay? All right. Okay. So now I'm going to see. I want this to be one of those bows, you know, that look pretty. I've told you the other day, I'm not great at tying bows like Tina, and, you know. But as long as I have the amount I need. There we go. A little big. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be like that, so we don't need that much here. Right. I'm going to put that in my little, I have a little box up here hanging that's going to be for all my leftover, it's always for my leftover cloth and fabric and stuff. So now I got to decide, do I want to use Fabri-Tac on this? I think so. I know I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this side. And I'm going to put this down first. Okay, so make sure I'm in the center as best can be. Better use this as my guide a little bit. I'm just using it as a measuring tool there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down here. I am going to be gluing this to, I think I'll be gluing it to the journal. I don't, let's see, do I want to glue it to the journal? I think I do. I don't want it moving around, you know, when they're writing in it and stuff. I'd rather have it, as little of it, you know, hanging off as possible. Now, how did I manage that? It seems like I got this. Let me just redo that. Let me just redo that real quick, okay? Because, yeah. Let me go down the center here, okay? And kind of, you know, Tara, she's a little off at times. I'm distracted. I apologize. It's my neighbors. It just bothers me that, because earlier when I was by myself here before I came back on, he was slamming the door. He startled me about out of my skin and he just makes my heart, you know, jump through. I hate that it's covering that, but that is the middle, you know. So anyway, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just leave it there. Nah, we're gonna go for it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll get the gist. Yeah, he just slams that door so hard, and it startles me so bad. I know it sounds silly, but it didn't used to bother me so much. Now that I've had that heart surgery and stuff, it just kind of gets to me. Anyway, so I'm a little distracted. I apologize for that. I hope that this ends up looking fabulous. Okay, so now that's a little bit wet. That's okay. We're just going to let that dry while we work elsewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put this lovely crochet lace here. And this is not vintage. I did not pull out my vintage for this simply because I don't really have a crochet lace that's vintage. I was going to try and put one of those doilies on here that I got in Flagstaff. They were all too big. I was so bummed. So yeah, couldn't do that, but let's see here. So we'll get this approximately just want it kind of draping over and meeting in the center. I am going to be covering the center though, so it'll be okay to and on this I am probably going to use I'm debating. I usually use my hot glue for the most part for stuff like this. Yeah, I think I will. My gun is in the most awkward situation over here on this side, and there we go. It's like, okay. I don't know. I wish I could hear you guys. Do you guys think I should use the Fabri-Tac, or maybe I will. Somebody was sending me that thought. before I ever talk to you guys for real. You guys don't even know where I am right now on this. That's okay. We'll use the Fabri-Tac and see how it goes. I just usually use the hot glue gun, but okay. And I do the side after I do the center part of the spine. I'll put the glue on and do that part separately, just in case anybody was wondering why I wasn't bringing it around at all. Okay. And I cut this shy so that these fringes would hang off on purpose, just in case you're wondering. I did. I know it's I know it's a little shorter than the fabric. I wanted it that way. Okay. Because I'm a rebel like that. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm even going to trim this a little bit more because it's kind of puckering out right there. There we go. Where is my dry wipe? I had one earlier. It's probably buried over here under my fabric, I would think. I've got so much stuff everywhere. It's funny. So Cordy and I did try, I got the cleaner finally for the printer. And I did try it today, guys. And my printer's dead. Yeah, my printer heads are dead. It just would not, would not work at all. So I texted him and said, RIP our printer. So it is official. I'm going to have to get another one. He's like, oh, so what you're saying is instead, he called me and he goes, oh, so what you're saying is instead of a laptop, you're going to get a printer. I said, he goes, ooh, Dad is happy. He's saving money. I started laughing. I go, no, Mama needs both. He knew that. He was just playing. I'm like, no. And he knows I tried everything to get that printer working. And I am, like I said, I am not going to pay for a professional to work on a printer that's already aged. And we only, I think I may have told you guys, I only paid like $50 for it on OfferUp. So it has served its purpose. It got me going, you know, in my business. And now it's time for it to be retired. So, you know, I got my $50 worth, that's for sure. We picked it up on OfferUp like 1.5 years ago. So it really did do a decent job for. And I used it a lot. So when you consider how much I put that little baby through, it actually, you know, did a really good job. So yeah, now we're going to just go up the center here, and I'm just going to keep on with the Fabrifix and use it all. And do this little velour ribbon thing. Okay. Hopefully I get enough of it on here to hold this baby down. I hope. Okay. I really like that red. Okay, here, so I'll let you guys see a little bit better. That's where we are so far. Okay, I'm going to cut this down just a slight bit because I've got it longer than the other ribbon, and I want those I want those fringes to stand out. The good thing is this stuff shreds so nice that this ends a little long as well. Bring this back in so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm just trimming this teeny bit, and then I will shag it out here in a sec. Don't cut your fringe, that's the whole point. And then if you just pull on it a little bit, there we go. So, okay, what time is it? Oh, I've got about 5 minutes left. Good. All right, so now we have that done, and I may end up getting fancier with this on the little, I don't know yet. We'll see what I find in there, but right now, let's see. Now we are using the hot glue for this part because it'll just work better. Okay, just trust me. So now I wanted this to come down just a little bit. See? Here, let me move this thing so you can see. There we go. So we're going to do the fringe, okay, with some of our lovely ruffle. I'm just going to go along here, put some hot glue, get that baby laid down. Okay. I'm going to take it over just a little bit. Okay. All right. Put a new stick in. Okay. Now where's my second piece here? Okay. So now we got to go, because what I'm going to do is bring it from the end and then meet in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to bring it around and do the same thing. Make sure my trucks are going in the right direction. Okay. I'm just kind of running it along that seam. I'm making that glue nice and thick because I really want that ruffle to hold down well. Take it just over that edge again. Go along. Just gently pat that in. Woohoo! And then bring this around to meet itself. Okay, right there. Now, I just had a vision of like a bow right there, or a button or something. So I might use, some buttons. That would be cute, right? So we'll see. Instead of gems and flat gems and all that, you know, really fancy stuff, for this one, we could do buttons. That would be super cute, I think. Let me know. What do you think? Okay, this is right way up. I'm going to turn this baby around because that was easier. Make sure it's upside down. Let me see. Okay, so it's going to go like that because this is the top. Okay. And again, we're just going to put a nice thick layer of our glue, our hot glue. My husband is calling me right now. He's going to have to wait. I'm almost done. I'm almost done, baby. I'll call you right back. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. This is going to be so cute. This is sweet, which is what I wanted. I wanted it to be sweet. It's reminding me of home when I was a little girl. Okay. And now, again, run that nice line of glue. I'm going to have to put another stick in here. I can see it. Grab one. Okay. All right. Now, go from that edge. Oopsie, oopsie, Tara. Had to do it at least once, right? Mess it up. Pull, pull before it gets a chance to dry. I want that to come over just slightly. Not a ton, but enough, you know. Okay, there we go. Make sure I'm even. Yes. Okay, now Here we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. Oh yeah, baby. There we go. So far, this is what I have for my little traditional Christmas. Come on now. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera. My fingers are so covered in glue. So that's, I will probably do something cute along here. So, of course, because just because I will. I know me. I'll find something to put, you know. But there we go. So far, that's where we're at. Okay. We're going to have to do a little decorating. On it. But got some little dangles here. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably put some little buttons or something because I got tons of buttons. So anyway, guys, I'm going to say goodbye for the day. I love you all very much. Have a wonderful time at church tomorrow if you attend or if you stay home and watch online. And if you don't and you're just going to spend time with family or crafting, have a wonderful time. I love every one of you. God bless you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.